Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything. I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming channel update. This is our monthly update. This is October, and I wanted to kind of let you know what I've been doing previously and what I'm going to be doing in the future so you can be up to date on what's going on with my channel. Okay. First of all, I think last month I said that I was going to review Gates of Antares using Gates of Antares, maybe doing a boot camp, showing the rules, exactly what this is all about, how it differs from Warlords of Erewhon and how it differs from bolt action. And maybe I was going to do a series. I'm contemplating doing a series on each faction book, describing the differences in the factions, like the Gar or the Concord or whoever, right? And I was going to go into detail on their philosophies, their weapon styles, and the troop types and stuff like that. Basically just doing a lore segment or something like that on the Gates of Antares background. But I also want to do a rules summary, and I think I promised this a month or two ago. Now I apologize for having not even begun that, and one of the reasons why I have not begun that is I put an order in last month. You can see I've got it right here. I put an order in last month around the 16th, I think, is when I put the order in. And I was anticipating getting that in and then putting the models together and then starting that project. That was my philosophy, or my thought process. Around the 27th, which is a while, 11 days later, I get this email that some of the units that I ordered were not ever going to be back in stock, or they weren't going to be back in stock for a long time. So instead of holding my order like they were already doing, they were holding my order until those came back in stock. And once they realized that they weren't going to be coming back in stock for a while, that they went ahead and released the order as it stands. They issued a refund of the units that I attempted to purchase and things like that. Unfortunately, that means my armies or whatever I'm building is going to be incomplete because I was expecting those types of troops to come in as well. So I'll probably have to put in a second order, reorganize or readjust my order. Now, one of the reasons why I had put that order in was they were having a sale. They were having anniversary sale or something like this, where each week different units were going on sale, and then that week I was waiting until that week when those units went on sale. They did. I placed those orders, and now they didn't even ship them to me. So I'm a little bit distraught about that. I understand business, and they did the best they could and all that. That's okay. I'm not mad at Warlord. I'm just mad at the situation. I wish I had my troops that I ordered. And I'm glad they released the order, and I'm glad they sent me an email saying that they weren't going to be able to do it, and they were being very upfront with me, and they refunded the difference and all that. Great. So I don't really know what I've got in this package. I'm going to go ahead and they did send me an email, but I didn't really read it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this open on screen. We're going to have a little open box. What do you call it? A first impression open boxing or whatever you call it. And we're going to do that in just a minute. I already do have a unit of C3 strike squads. I ordered this 3-4 months ago, but I never touched it because I was really hard at work doing my bolt action stuff. This whole shelf there is all bolt action for Market Garden, right? So we had painted all that up, and now I'm not even really using them because we're not even playing a Market Garden campaign. We're actually playing a D&D campaign on Thursday nights, and that's taken all my time. So I'd like to arrange a miniature game on a different night other than our D&D game. So the D&D game will go on one night, and then if I I'm going to talk to my gamers and see if there's another night that they would like to come by and play some miniatures. That way I might see them twice a week. But and those I might stream. So that's something you got to look forward on the channel. Okay, so this will be included with these models for the Gates of Antares. Now, I don't want to go over the rules of Gates of Antares and start showing off the different maneuvers and how you shoot and how you move and all that stuff with non-Gates of Antares models. So I don't want to show off the rules without already having some of my miniatures put together and painted. Okay, well, luckily it's like the 1st of the month. It's really early, October 2nd. So it's real early in the month, so I will be able to probably paint this entire army in like 1 week. No, that was those guys. These guys are going to be a little bit different because these have to be clean painted. Those can be dirty painted. These have to be clean painted. In my imagination, they do, because I think powered armor, uniforms and stuff are very clean and crisp, where like fatigues and battle dress uniforms and stuff, I think, are all, and they're running around in dirt, I think they're dirty. So it's going to be a different painting style. I also want to paint some of this stuff and do reviews of some of the miniatures on video. So, and whenever I do a video of painting, that always takes extra time through editing or getting the cameras ready and stuff like that. Instead of just dropping the miniature down, painting it, and moving on like I could do with a whole Roman army in 1 week, I have to sit down and paint those guys on camera, talking about the technique, taking my time between different colors. You get the idea. So my first few units of the Gates is going to be slow going. So I anticipate maybe 2 weeks. And then I should have enough units at that time that I could probably start doing some rules reviews. So that's probably not going to start for a couple of weeks. So I've been waiting for these. Okay, let me back up. I've been waiting to do any of that stuff until I received these, and I just received those today. And that was fortuitous for this video because I was going to make this video anyway, but this was on my porch. Okay. In addition to that, we're going to do an opening on that here closer to the end of the video. But in addition to that, I bought these two models a while back when I was doing when I thought I was going to do 30 core for the Market Garden campaign. I bought a Cromwell and an M4 Sherman. So I got a Sherman and a Cromwell. These are World of Tanks models, so the decal sheets are going to be a little bit crazy. They're going to be like there's going to be historical, but there's also going to be like World of Tanks computer games decals in there. So I just got to pick and choose what I'm going to use. But these were both going to be British, like an M4 Sherman for the British and a Cromwell for the British. But now that I might just put the American decals on it and paint it like an American vehicle, because then I can just use it as an American tank, or I could say it's a British tank. So these are going to be done this month as well. If all goes well, these will be done this month. These reviews and assembly videos and painting videos, I could do all in one. I could do one tank a day. All right, and one more thing. I've got a Sarissa Precision Limited Horsa glider. I anticipate this is like many sheets. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets with a card or paper sheet in the middle. So, and there's something loose in there. Okay, so I anticipate this Horsa glider video also some night that I am free, that I'm going to go ahead and put this together. I hope it'll go together in one night. So, and that could be for anything. This could be for like Market Garden, but it could also be for like a Bridge Too Far, or because that's Market Garden. It could be for what's that? Pegasus Bridge, because I love that scenario too. So it could be any of that. All right, now before I open this and we go into the videos, let's talk about what's going on my computer gaming side of the channel. Because this channel does more than just miniature gaming. We also do computer gaming, reviews, discussions, podcasts, things like that. If you've been watching my channel, you've been noticing that I've been uploading a lot of Phoenix Point Backer Build 5 videos. I have been truly entertained by this version of the game. It feels like it's almost a complete game, a finished game. It's playable, it's enjoyable, and I haven't gotten very far. I only got into about 20 missions or so before I restarted my campaign because I had made some early mistakes, and I realized that later, and I said, you know what, let me just start over and learn from my mistakes, and let's see how far I can get. A video came out today from the makers of the Phoenix Point, which is Snapshot Games, and they put a video out on inventory, and it taught me a little bit about inventory that I didn't know about. And then, but more importantly, they're showing off some troops, and they're looking at their inventory, which, as you do, and then they were moving some items around, showing how the items are moved. I already knew that, but they were clicking on the item and dragging it. And in the game, whenever you click on an item, the little stat page pops up and shows you like how much damage it has, how much range it has, and stuff like that. And I was like, "Whoa! Look at that gun!" And so, because I don't have that, I don't have those guns, you know, and that armor. And I was like, "Oh man, okay, I need to, play a little bit further and get some of that stuff, you know." So, and then they had like extra buttons over there talking about mutating their troops and stuff. So I was like, "Okay, I got to play a little bit further." So yeah, I'm playing that, and I'm uploading a mission a day, pretty much. So in the course of the month of October, you'll get over 30 missions played, because I will play maybe 4 or 5 missions, and I'll record them all, right? And that'll be about a 2-hour episode for me at the computer. And then I will take those missions and I will upload them daily. I will edit them, adjust them or whatever, and then upload them one per day. And so 4 days later, 5 days later, I'll be able to play again for another couple hours, right? But that's not the case. What I'm doing is I'm uploading usually like 2 missions a day, and because I want to play every day. So I'll have some missions waiting to be uploaded or waiting to be edited, and I'll still be playing, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just playing a lot, and then I'm cutting the missions up into one mission at a time, which winds up being about a 30-minute video. Okay. Now, I'm also playing almost every day, almost every night, I should say. I'm playing City of Heroes. City of Heroes has come back in a vengeance. I'm playing on the Homecoming servers, and the one server that I'm playing on is Everlasting. So if you are an old-time City Heroes player, you played back in the day and you want to get back into it, it's free to play. Jump on, download it, and log in. And it's a superhero MMO. So there's crafting, there's costumes and outfits, and I'm going to have to say, I've never seen, unless it was deliberately done, I've never seen 2 characters that looked the same. Everybody's got wild ideas on how to do their costumes or their outfits, their superhero outfits or whatever. And there are some wild imaginations out there. And this costume creation tool that City Heroes has is really expansive. I mean, when you go to pick, just something as simple as your mask. And not everybody wears a mask. But when you go to choose your mask, you pick your face style, then you pick your face number, because there's a bunch of faces. You don't get to modify the faces or whatever, but you have like 20 choices. Maybe you got more than that. You got probably 30, 40. Probably have about 40 choices on what your face looks like. And then when you go to put your mask on the face, there's probably like 100 choices on the shape of that mask, and then you have, I don't know, 100. No, there's more than 100 colors that you can change the mask into, and then do you have exposed ears? Do you have, and that's just masks. You can go to what's called half masks. Then you could go to something called helmets and face masks and you got lower masks and upper masks and full body masks, and each one of those is about 100 different choices, just saying masks. But then you got chest and arms and gloves and legs and boots and belts and neck and ears, and there's so many different, and just add-ons, spikes, and there's just so many different choices. And then there's special effects you can add on to your outfit. You might glow, or you might have flies flying around you, or whatever. You can be lost for hours just making your costume. And I play that game every night, pretty much every night. But I've decided I'm going to stream it live on a regular schedule. What's today? Today's Wednesday. So I say Tuesday night, I call it Tuesday Night Task Force, because I plan to log in and run a task force or two on live stream, or maybe do some missions or whatever, but I'm going to call it Tuesday Night Task Force. But what it winds up being is not on Tuesday. Because it's Tuesday for me, not now, it's Wednesday, but like, let's say it's Tuesday, because I did it last night. It's Tuesday, but I don't start until midnight, right? 12 midnight Central. So technically it's Wednesday morning, right? But I'm calling it Tuesday night, because in California it's still only 10 o'clock. And like on the East Coast, like Florida or New York or whatever, it would be 1 a.m. Unfortunately, that's not going to attract a lot of viewers. I don't care. I'm not doing it for the viewers. I'm doing it for me, and for me to have some community engagement. If you want to engage with me, you can. You don't have to. Nobody does. And I'm going to upload it to YouTube immediately after that already. But it gives me Twitch time on air, and it gives me YouTube time on air, and then it gives me the YouTube video, and you can watch it at some point later if you want. You can watch it Wednesday morning if you really want, or if you're up at that time, or if you're in the UK, or if you're in Australia and it just happens to wind up being a convenient time for you, or if you're in California, watch it. That's what I'm saying. So, and then Wednesday night, which is technically Thursday morning, but Wednesday night at midnight is going to be my Star Citizen stream. I told you that I was moving away from the Friday night firefight or the Friday night flight to a different night, because I found that I'm usually opening on Saturday, which is early now because they've changed our schedules. They changed our opening time to an earlier hour, and I changed job positions, so that makes it so that I have to be there at opening. And so playing real late on Friday night is not conducive for me being awake Saturday morning. So I've decided I'm not going to do the Friday night firefight or flight, depending on if I'm first person or if I'm flying. I thought I'd go ahead and do it on Thursday night at midnight, which is technically tonight, Wednesday. So Wednesday tonight at midnight is technically Thursday. And and I can sleep in usually on Thursday, because that's my normal day off, and that's the day that we play D&D. So I can sleep in a few hours, and then I can get up, get my D&D game all ready without any stress, and then we play D&D Thursday night. I'm going to have to figure out if there's another night that we can do some miniatures. We haven't really decided what we're going to do on that. But look at it this way. Tuesday night at midnight is City Heroes. Wednesday night at midnight is Star Citizen. I am also in the Evocati for 3.7, but if 3.7 has not been released to the wide PTU by the time that I stream, I'm going to have to play 3.6, which is not a problem. And then we can talk about 3.7. I just am under an NDA not to talk about specifics. I can give my opinions and like what if I think it's going to help or hurt the game. I get that, but I can't say this ship costs this amount, or this is, I'm crashing all the time, or they've got this new gun in there they haven't talked about. I can't say that, okay? But I can say, when new guns come into the game, and if you have any questions for me and you want to find out about Star Citizen, log in and chat me up. You can even put it in later on the YouTube video. You can put a question on there. I answer 99% of them. Okay, so we got the videos. That's my video stream schedule, is Wednesday and Thursday night. And maybe in the future, and I got some videos coming where I'm going to be doing painting and stuff like that. But those are videos, those aren't streaming. And then I might stream a miniature games if I can get my group to agree on maybe meeting on a different night to play miniatures. And really we only need a couple of people to show up, but we'll see. There's a group of people that are playing D&D, and then there's my group of miniature gamers. Some of them overlap, but not all of them. All right, let's go ahead and dig into this order that I just got from Warlord. Now, as you guys might or might not know, I am a Warlord elite member, so I get a discount on all my Warlord miniature orders. I would love to be one of those guys that gets mailed product early to do a review on video, or do like a unboxing and showing off the different models and stuff like that. I haven't really pursued that very hard. I haven't sent the right emails or anything like that. But that's something I'm thinking about doing, but I'm going to say Warlord, it's probably my favorite game company out there right now. I played a lot of different, those of you that know me know my backstory. I've been playing since the 70s, different games, and I've played a lot of different games, and miniature games from all scales, all genres, role-playing games from all genres, like medievals all the way up to, well, hell, even ancients all the way up to sci-fi. I've played fantasy and sci-fi and vampire and paranoia and Call of Cthulhu, all those different ones. And then I've gone through a lot of miniature companies like Reaper Miniatures or Grenadier or Rapham or Games Workshop, or all these different miniature companies. And Warlord Games seems to be the most down to earth, the most customer service friendly. They're not a huge company, but they're big, and they make great models at a good price, and their games are fun to play. So I was like, I'm starting to fall in love with Warlord. But recently there's been a couple of things coming out of Warlord that I kind of am a little like, Warlord, what are you thinking? Okay, like this one, Judge Dredd. I'm not a Judge Dredd fan. I don't care about Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd is an indie style genre. There's just not enough people out there. There are some people, there's some diehard fans, right? There's some people that are like, I love Judge Dredd. Okay, so you can't have. I wouldn't release a game for just those people. Because first of all, there's only a limited number of them, very small, and then there's a very small portion of those that are even going to play a miniature game. And then there's a small portion of them that are going to invest in your game. So I don't see them making a whole lot of money on Judge Dredd. Am I going to look at it? Am I going to check it out? I probably will. I'll probably look at the rules just to see if it's good or not. But I don't play a game. I usually don't play a game for the rules. I usually play a game for how fun it is. And the rules are part of that, but also the whole genre, the missions, the scenarios, the equipment, the backstory, all that comes into my enjoyment. And Judge Dredd, it's already lost me. Will I watch a Judge Dredd movie? Yeah. Will I play a Judge Dredd board game? I did back in the day. But I'm not going to invest a lot of money in miniatures and stuff. It's just, no. Okay, so that's one thing. And then they've got this game, Black Seas or something like that. That's this. It's like the Wooden Ships and Iron Men. You've got Napoleonic, Revolutionary War style, French and Spanish and pirate ships and cannons and all that stuff, and you sail around on your table and you blow each other up. That's really cool. I was this close to like investing in that game. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But is it really? If I thought that type of a game was cool, if I had even considered that genre as desirable, there are so many other games out there that I could have went out and bought that I didn't because I don't think that genre is enjoyable. They had already came out with a game called Cruel Seas. Cruel Seas is a fairly large scale. The models are fairly large for like PT boat combat or small destroyer combat. I like the fact that the models are bigger and it's a closer range game for Navy, and it's World War II, but I'm just not interested in that. So I didn't buy any of that either. It's Warlord, and Warlord I'm sure did a good job on it, but I just can't get into it. So everything that's been coming out in the last year, I pretty much said that's not for me. And then there's a game, an expansion for Bolt Action. I love Bolt Action. It's one of my favorite top 5 games. But they had an expansion for the Korean War. I don't care about the Korean War. I don't want to do that. I don't have any desire to play, the Chinese against the Americans using like World War II equipment. It just and little helicopters and stuff. No, it's just not enjoyable. It's not a period that excites me. So, am I going to get any of that? No, I'm not going to get any of that. It's kind of like, and I kind of realized this. I realized this by playing other games. There's a game I play called War Thunder. War Thunder it originally attracted me because it had World War II equipment. It had tanks and planes all inside World War II from 1939 to 1945, and it was great. But now they're starting to introduce, or they already have introduced, but they've introduced later war stuff like Korean era P-51s and stuff like that that are beyond the scope of World War II. And I was like, okay, they're trying to expand their horizons or whatever. Okay. Then they go into jets. Now you need jets because of the 262, but then you start getting into like the Corsair, and I'm talking about the jet, and the Intruder and the Phantom and the MiGs, so you're looking at these Korean War, Vietnam War jets, and now they're starting to introduce Vietnam War tanks. And then it goes beyond that. Now we have AH-1 helicopters, we've got Heinz, We have M1 Abrams, M60s. Now you're looking at modern, and the Leopard, you know, the game, and then you got that all in one game, and I'm like, not interested in anything after World War II. I've realized this. I thought I might be, but when I start playing it, I'm like, this is boring. This is not fun at all. World War II era stuff, even the early war or the mid-war stuff, like battle rating 3.7 or so, right in that area. That's the most fun for me. When you start getting too low, now I'm starting to like, okay, this is really exciting because it's challenging. And the middle is like really cool because everybody's got a good vehicle. But then when you start getting to the high tier vehicles, it's like, this is boring. It's not exciting. It's not challenging. It's not, you start to see that certain nations have a big bias towards them, that where they win every time, no matter how good the players are. It doesn't matter. Like, you could pound on them with your tank 15 times. They take no damage. They shoot you once and you explode. You know, that kind of stuff. But the mid-range, everybody's kind of on a same playing field, and I kind of like that a lot. And I bring that over into their Cruel Seas. I'm not excited about it. And because War Thunder has Navy battles, and it is exactly that, PT boats and destroyers. And I'm like, this is kind of fun, but it's kind of like tanks on water. So is it really? And it's no. And then now the Black Sails, or whatever they call it, Black Seas, I was like, that sounds like it might be fun because it's not even anything near World War II. It's more like Napoleonics or pirate ships and stuff. And I was really thinking about it, but then I said no. So this whole year, I anticipate being a bust. Like, there's not going to be any new miniature games coming out of Warlord games that I have any interest in. So I'm looking back to Gates of Antares. I was a big Warhammer 40k player. I played Ultramarines, and I played Eldar, and what was that other one? Squats or whatever. I was playing a lot of, Imperial Guard or whatever. And I was thinking that maybe this could satiate my desire for some sci-fi miniatures. Because I had played like Star Grunt and Striker and some other sci-fi miniatures as well, and that didn't do it for me. But knowing that this game is kind of geared after bolt action, I think it will, because I love bolt action. And I can use a lot of my bolt action models or buildings and trees and stuff. Even though I'll have to probably make some new stuff on stream with sci-fi orientations. Okay, let's see what I got. Sorry, I went off on a rant. Let's see what I got. I got an invoice. Don't care. Okay. Whoa, I can't see half of this stuff. The glare. That looks cool. Okay. Well, let's grab it because it's the first thing. Gar Assault Squad. Yeah, they look like superpower armor, crab-like looking. I don't know if you can kind of see that, or if the focus or here, I'll put some glare on it so you can't see. No. That looks really cool to me. Gar Assault Squad. Okay, so we got that. Gar Bomber Squad. Okay, they look exactly the same to me, except for their arms might be a little different. So, Gar, here, that's the glare. Okay, Gar Bomber Squad. So, guess what? Guess what army I'm putting together? The Gar. And also C3, which I think is Concord, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Concord Combined Command. That's why it's C3. But, yeah, so I'm also doing Concord and Gar. And one reason why I'm doing that is because of this campaign book, which is The Battle of Versailles, and I do believe it's Gar versus Concord. Takes place on Antarian space in the form of a 6-part campaign. Concord exploratory probes occupied GAR forces. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing C3 and GAR. Okay, what is this box? These guys, these are C3 Kraz Assault Squad. You can't really see it, but these are like 7 metal models. And it doesn't show any assembly, so they might already be pre-assembled. But you know that's not probably ever going to be the truth. But there's going to be 7 like power armored troopers, exposed faces. 2 of them have helmets on. 3 of them have helmets on. And then the Kraz are one of the larger pan-human morphs to be found throughout the Antarian Nexus. The origins go back to a distant Second Age. The heavy frame and large size of the Kraz mean that their weapons and other equipment also need to be robust. In hand-to-hand fighting, Kraz troops wield their plasma carbines with such ease they are treated as assault weapons. What? They're submachine guns? No, I mean, they're assault rifles. Yeah, they're assault weapons. That's another C3. Boop. Okay, I got something under here. Got some sprues too, but another C3 Strike Squad, exactly like the one I already had. So I got 2 of those and some Kraz, and I got some free stuff, and I got these 2 blisters. Okay, here we go. A C3 Concord Strike Team Command. So it's 3 metal models, and it's basically a command element. Do I really know what that means? No. I haven't really read the rules, so I don't know anything. This must be free because I didn't order this dude. I would never order this dude. But he is cool as F. Or should I say cool AF. Okay, Warlord members offer September. Right, because I ordered this in September. It's a Conflict 47 model, which is another thing I'm not going to get out of Warlord. Conflict 47 is like a sci-fi World War II post 1945. It's 1947, but you're looking at like Tesla cannons and werewolves and stuff. And this guy looks like a Shrek wolfen, but it looks like a werewolf. Just a simple dude werewolf I can use in D&D. Yeah, it's just he has no shirt. Looks like he might be wearing gloves. But he's got like no shirt, a wolf head, and wolf legs with pants. I know you probably can't see that, but yeah, that is cool. Thank you, Warlord. And then this. I do remember ordering this template set. Gates of Antares templates. So it looks like it's got a blast marker. It looks like it's got some kind, I don't know what that is. A wave or a... Is it a turn template? No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. And then there's some tokens, which I'll probably never use. But I did want those and that. I don't know why. But here we go. We got like, I assume this is another freebie because I don't think I would have ordered this because I don't have the game. But this is one of those Black Sails sprues. Comes with 2 ships. 1, 2. There's the hull. And the masts. No sails. I can make those out of paper. That's not a problem. I can probably download something like a sail. Oh, and anchors. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, now they're making me... They did that on purpose. Like, now they want me to order the game. I did think about ordering the game anyway, just so I could do a review for you guys and have the models and play once or twice. But I feel like it's one of those games that I'll play once or twice and never play it again. Is $100 worth playing just once or twice? Okay, so I got some GAR, I got some C3. This is probably enough to play a game, or at least to demo the rules. So I'll probably have to go in and see if I can't design a couple armies, just to see if I can see what I'm missing, see what I need. But I would have to know the rules before I do that, and then order whatever I'm missing or whatever I think I need. And that's what I'm going to have to do in the next couple of weeks while I'm putting these models together. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out and checking out this stream. I appreciate it. If you want to like and subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the notification icon, because I do go live and I also upload videos all the time. So you'll get a text letting you know what I've uploaded. And also, if you want to help support the channel, you can hit the PayPal Me link in the description below. And I'll catch you next time.